Well, ladies and gentlemen, you might want to put your parking brakes on right now, man. Don't wait. Hide your kids, hide your wives while you're at it, because today we got some Call of Duty gameplay happening in real life, and apparently one of these homies actually prestige while he was in combat in real life. If you're new here, you do not have to like the video, you do not have to subscribe, none of that, but feel free to share. Shout out to the homie Jeremiah. Roll it.
On April 17th, 2017, a task force of U.S. Army Rangers were caught in one of the deadliest ambushes of the War on Terror. The Rangers were making their way through a small town in Afghanistan when they were ambushed by a massive force of Taliban fighters who had taken up positions in several different buildings on all sides of the Rangers' positions. The Rangers were now taking fire from all directions and from elevated positions. But thankfully, the Rangers weren't alone for long. Two F-16s and an AC-130 gunship were already in the air nearby and immediately responded to the Rangers' calls for help. The AC-130 gunship and both of the F-16s completely emptied all of their weapons, leveling multiple buildings inside the town and killing numerous Taliban fighters. But the Rangers on the ground were still outmanned, outgunned, and running out of time. So the two F-16s and the AC-130 gunship quickly made their way back to base to get rearmed and refueled so they could make their way back out to help the Rangers. Luckily for the Rangers, at a nearby base, two F-16 pilots, Craig Andrel and Adam Furman, were ready to come to their rescue.
Yo, he looks like Mr. Bellin out here, bro. He looks like Mr. Bellin. What the hell?
Two pilots had been closely listening to the situation over the radio, anticipating that they might need to get involved as well. And when they heard that the AC-130 gunship had completely emptied all of its weapons, which is almost unheard of, they knew it was their time to get.
You're telling me that they fired so much that they emptied the entire AC-130? Oh shit! Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
Moving. F-16
in Call of Duty, you get that by getting 25 kills, bro.
Are equipped with a high-tech. They knew it was their time to get moving. F-16s are equipped with a high-tech communication system that directly links with the JTACs on the ground with the Rangers. And the JTACs can send essentially text messages to the pilot letting him know exactly which targets they need hit. And while they were on their way to the Rangers' position, Andrel and his F-16 received a message from one of the JTACs on the ground.
Imagine text messaging your homie in combat. Hey man, like, you know, that I'm sending you a Google map waypoint. Yeah, that one right there. Yeah, that one. Light it up. Light it up. Light it up, bruh. Like
calling for the F-16's biggest bomb, a 2,000-pound JDAM, to flatten a multi-story building full of Taliban fighters. Normally, a pilot dropping bombs wants to see their target before releasing their weapons, both to confirm they have the right target and to be aware of what not to hit nearby, just to confirm that the JTAC and the pilot are talking about the same target. The last thing you want to do is drop a 2,000-pound JDAM on the wrong building. But in this specific situation, the Rangers were getting absolutely hammered from the target building, and Andrel didn't have time to do one pass by to make sure he was on the right target. So he just trusted the JTAC on the ground and dropped the bomb as soon as he went over the target. And within 8 minutes...
Oh man, so this is like, okay, bro, here, bro, I looked twice before dropping like my 2-pound dumbbell, bro. Guys, I don't do 2 pounds dumbbell. I got like 25 pounds, okay? Maybe that is also rookie numbers to some of you out there, and that's fine, man. I'm learning, man. I'm learning. I'm growing, man. I'm growing. I'm working, man. I'm working, okay? But bro, like, you're gonna drop 2,000 pounds, bruh. Like, double check, man. Double check, homie.
Minutes of taking off from the runway back at base, he had dropped his first JDAM on the target.
This time, about 15 seconds to impact.
15 seconds?
Oh shit. The rounds are hitting right in front of us.
Oh my god.
and immediately he heard over the radio, "Good hits, good hits." The target building was completely flattened along with all the terrorists hiding inside. And from that point on, the F-16s just kept doing pass after pass after pass, dropping everything they had on the Taliban forces. Within minutes of arriving on target, both F-16s had dropped all of their bombs and were left with only their 20mm Vulcan cannon.
Oh my god, he prestige. I'm sure he must have prestige. And unlock Tiger stripe camo. That
Which they used to strafe targets over and over and over again until their fuel began to run low. While on these types of missions, the F-16s refueled one at a time, one sprinting away to gas up from a nearby tanker, while the second stayed overhead to protect the Rangers. They decided that Andrew would be the first to peel off and go refuel at a nearby tanker. But while he was approaching the tanker, a thought occurred to him. Even with more gas, he'd have no more bombs to drop. But the spare F-16 back at base was fully loaded. So he quickly radioed back to base to make sure the spare jet was available. Thankfully, it was available and fully loaded. The spare F-16 back at base wasn't just any old F-16. It was the unit's flagship jet with a tiger stripe paint job. It represented the squadron and was parked in...
Yeah, I was reading comments before I checked, and yeah, people were saying the homie prestige unlocked that red tiger stripe camo. Okay, that's what the comments were talking about. Yeah, homeboy just prestige and unlocked that tiger stripe camo though.
The first position on the flight line. The jet was assigned to the unit's crew chief and was mostly set aside for VIP tours and was always the cleanest, nicest of the jets on base. But today, this F-16 was going to be put through the ringer. After landing, Andrew quickly switched over to the other F-16 and everyone rushed as fast as they could to get through all the safety checks before he could take off. On a normal day, a pilot who lands an F-16 might be ready to climb down from the cockpit 20 minutes after touching down, while those heading out to fly generally step to the jet an hour before taking off. From touchdown to wheels up, Andrew was on the ground at Bagram Base for just 39 minutes. As Andrew approached the target with his new fully loaded tiger striped F-16, he received another message from the JTAC on the ground. This one was very similar to the first. The Taliban had dug in tight to another large building and they wanted the 2,000-pound JDAM once again. And once again, without actually seeing the target for himself, Andrew dropped the bomb on his first pass over the building.
Oh, wrong call. It's coming down. Oh my god! Oh my god! That's a fucking bomb.
After drop,
yo, I can only imagine how loud that would have been in real life. You know, on YouTube video it's like okay, you know, but in real life should have been crazy. That thing would have been crazy.
Being the 2,000-pound JDAM on the building, there were still a few Taliban fighters moving around within the rubble. So he passed by a second.
Oh, noob tube. Nah, man, come on, don't be noob tubing, man. Was this like pre-Modern Warfare 2 2009 patch or what? I mean, they never patched actually, so yeah, there's that. Okay, so we got noob tubing happening. Come on, man.
Time, dropping a 500-pound JDAM on the same building. All was then finally quiet within the buildings of the town, but the Rangers were taking heavy fire from a nearby tree line. So the F-16s then dropped their remaining bombs on the tree line and started strafing with their 20mm cannons. Then suddenly, the AC-130 gunship and the two F-16s from earlier returned to the target location, fully rearmed and refueled, relieving Andrew and Furman. When all was said and done, an AC-130 gunship completely emptied all of its ammunition, 2 F-16s completely emptied all of its ammunition, Furman's F-16 completely emptied all of its ammunition, and Androl completely emptied 2 separate F-16s of all their ammunition. That
So you're telling me there was no juice left? Pause.
is an unfathomable amount of bombs being dropped on a single town. Needless to say, that was not a good day to be a Taliban fighter. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks.
I don't know if I enjoyed this video after, bro, crazy. But did you see this video here? Click on this video on the screen. This is an actual clip, bruh. An actual clip of Navy SEAL lighting it up. Navy SEAL 6, actually, to be precise. Check it out and I'll see you there.